Relax with a cup of joe or your favorite drink for the Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce Chamber Chat. The show airs on the first Tuesday of the month at 11 a.m. on Lone Star Community Radio. Join hosts Courtney Galley and Brian Bondi as they chat about the Chamber's events and programs for the month and invite Chamber members into the studio to talk about their upcoming events and businesses. Learn about your Chamber with Chamber Chat every first Tuesday at 11 a.m.
Kicking off your Saturday mornings off right. It's Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth on Lone Star Community Radio, irlonestar.com, and Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1. Now on from 8 to 10 a.m., it's Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth.
Yes, welcome everybody. Whoa. We're going to give you that in just a moment. Good morning, everybody. Yes, the joys of live radio. You get the best of it. And that's what the bonus is, right? As I'm looking at Jennifer, she's like, you mean running around crazy like a chicken with our head cut off? Yes. That's how we like it. Not intentionally, though. Hefe, don't make it happen again, please. No, we had some board problems, but we're getting back on track. And more than anything, we're just still kind of starstruck after some crawfish love. Buster's Crawfish was in the house. What?
Yes, I'm back. Sorry, yes.
No, so thank you, Mama. Making sure she's Mama Bear in the house, too. Thank you for taking care of the studio. Yeah, because I had to be like, I can't do nothing. I got to fix this. So she did awesome, as always. In fact, she's our social media queen, too. Why don't you hit them up with all our handles? Oh, okay. We're not ready for it yet. But I will also let you know it's crawfish season. We just had the wonderful Bradley, a.k.a. Mr. John Wayne of Crawfish. Look at Jennifer. She's like, yay, I love it. Yes, because we were a bit starstruck. This gentleman and Deborah, his team, they know so much about this stuff.
Yes.
And as they're it's like Shakespeare, right? We had Shakespeare up in the house, Crawfish Shakespeare. They're so big, it's the perfect time. We're going to have them with this. We're going to cook them with this.
I love that Louisiana accent.
I know.
Love it.
And he was a tall gentleman, wasn't he?
Yes.
Something, I mean, it's just, it is great seeing
He's going to pop his head back in here in a minute.
Is he? Okay, well.
He's bringing us some goodies.
Oh, well, no, I thought you were being playful. I was like,
no, for real. He said I'm going to run out here and get this. And
what a sweetheart. Well,
I know, so nice.
More than anything, their stuff is so good, and I love that it's authentic, like every day, the fresh, the live, everything right there. Just
yes.
Love it. I wish I could cook crawfish. I have to go to someone's party or someone's house.
Right.
I can't do it. That's
right.
the thing. I'm all, and I finally told my friends, I was like, I want to treat y'all. Because I was like, I want some crawfish, but I can't cook it. So can I bring it and you cook it because you're really good?
Right.
And he said, yes, I can. And I was like, thank you, Mr. Martino.
And Deborah just said, y'all bring your coolers. Let us cook it for you so you don't have to worry about boiling it. Just bring your coolers and let's fill you up.
She said, before you mess something up. She knows me too well already.
She just doesn't even know.
She's like, no. If y'all are going to try it, we want to make sure it's done right. But I have actually had their live and my friends cook it, and they are so good. So I love it. Love the crawfish. Took me like a while to get over the factor that it gets dirty. But again, get the straw, get your hair up, bam, you ready.
Right.
I love Coke, like big time when I'm drinking my
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, of course.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it's my go-to drink. I love that stuff. So that's where I'm like, I'm foreshadowing our future here.
Yes.
The next 2 or 3 days, I'm like, oh, we gonna do this. All right. So speaking of doing this, I want to let you know Easter. Oh wait. Oh, social media.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I've caught my breath now. Let me do the social media real quick.
No, and I'm losing it. Sorry.
No. That was my bad. Facebook and YouTube, Grit and Grace Texas. Twitter, Grit and Grace Tex, TEX. They won't give us the A or the S.
Shiesty.
You can catch us on Our City TV on Suddenlink Channel 12, Saturdays and Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Email us at gritandgracetexas@gmail.com, and you can also check us out on Lone Star Internet Radio app.
Love it. And yes, I was going to say before, I get caught up, I want to remind everybody, Easter weekend, a.k.a. also, well, not a.k.a., but it is also April Fool's Day tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, so when going back to my top 3, you know how I talked about our top 3 Easter activities?
Uh-huh.
I think the reason I also love the egg face game, what do you call it? Egg roulette?
Egg roulette.
Is because it has the prank April Fool's-esque touch
there you
to
go.
it.
Yeah.
So I think that that's a safe win-win situation.
Right. So I read this joke. It's a Jesus joke on Facebook last night.
All right.
I thought it was pretty funny. That was talking about how ironic it is that Easter falls on April Fool's this year, because they said, you know, Jesus played like the ultimate April Fool's prank. And he said, y'all thought I was dead. April Fools, I have risen.
That's so cute. The Lord has a wonderful humor. Thank you, Lord. That is
Wonderful
funny.
sense of humor.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Every day when I look at my life, I'm like, your sense of humor is something. I'm
Yes.
just kidding.
I've been there.
The irony, Lord. But no, that is a hilarious joke. I want to hear some Easter jokes. I wanted to bust out with one for you, but after my hopping away when we got started, I was like, all right, I guess the crowd's not here. Crickets, guffaw. When she says it like that, that's like the worst of the worst fake laughs.
Get out of
guffaw.
I just loved it that was one of your words last week. I loved it. So that's what I think about now.
Whenever the hearty laugh. Ho, ho, ho.
Guffaw.
We did that yesterday. In fact.
Yes. Yesterday.
Yes, we must talk about yesterday. So why don't we, okay, so back it up. Explain to the listeners how it played out. It started last week, right?
Okay. So last week we were on the air. Not even sure how we segued into this conversation, but we were talking about fondue.
Yes.
Merideth was talking about fondue. And I said, I've never had it. So she said, well, we're going to have to rectify that. So she came over yesterday, and we were doing a little show planning.
That's what we call it, yes. Fancy.
It was our...
a scheduled conversation. I love that. Isn't that funny? We're all planning meeting. Our families are like, really? Like, with your buddy?
Yeah.
Yes, it's official.
It is official.
Planning meeting.
So she came over with some things, some meat and some bread and some apples, and anyway, she made fondue. She called it poor man's fondue.
Yeah.
So I got to experience the fondue yesterday.
Yes. Good times.
It was good. It was interesting. Not exactly what I was expecting, but it was tasty. So now I can say I have had fondue.
Well, see, okay, so this is what I do. It's the poor man's fondue. So you got the good stuff, but it would have been heightened somewhere else. But guess what else would have been heightened?
The price.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, yes, it would have been.
But what I'm talking about is if I'm going to a place like that, I'm going to expect to pay, for that experience.
Well, but even the experience, and this is something because...
Plus, they would probably have more things to dip, right?
Yes. Hold up. My selections were nice.
No, it was great. It was great. I was just thinking of, like, some vegetables or stuff like that.
Oh, sure. But what you also have to think is, okay, because what I'm talking about, apparently somebody's cleaning outside. Okay, so something's going... Okay. There we go. It went away. Did it? No, it's coming back. It's coming back. Sorry, we're all... I don't know if they can hear us, but we can hear you clearly. Okay, we'll keep going. Anyway, yes, so I told you about the melting pot.
Yeah.
Now, first disclosure, guys, I do like the melting pot. So this is not a critique to be taken personally against the melting pot. But I will give you the goods and the pros and the cons from both perspectives because I've heard the story from my hubs. I want to remind listeners, the melting pot is a couple locations. I think there's only one that I know of in Houston. There may be more than one, but fondue, like a true fondue, like themed restaurant, or you can
Isn't there one like in the Woodlands?
If there is, I don't know where. Okay, you got to look it up. But you go in. It is a huge babe magnet for girls and dates, proms, first dates, anniversaries, everything. Now you go in there and you don't realize that it's actually going to be. And I wish they told you in advance, and maybe they do now, but you're going to have to get ready for at least 2.5 hours, okay? So be ready. Pack your patience. I'm not saying you need a drink beforehand. I'm just saying be ready to drink. You know what I mean? So then you go in there. You're like, wonderful, cannot wait to see this amazing thing. Now, something that caught me by surprise. Guess what? The meat comes out raw. First, you cook it in the oil, fondue style.
Okay.
All right. And then you get the cheese dipping. So that's where there's a little, you may not know, but you have to actually cook your own meat.
Okay.
FYI. Then you have, you're right, because then you can go in and have like extra, like you do rounds, like courses, like you get dessert and everything.
Okay.
But I'm going to give you a heads up that every man that I've ever gone with, which has only been a couple, because it's, you know, the Lovers restaurant, it's, the man has always been like, are you kidding me? Like, this is taking forever. So it's going to cost you time. It's going to cost you money. And just be ready. That's why I was like, oh, we don't do this. I'll show you some good fondue, poor man style. Get all the supplies together. Bada boom, bada bing, bam. Cook the meat. By the way, y'all have amazing pans and wooden utensils. So kudos to the family there. Good job, guys. So do a little bada boom, bada bing. Had my little helper there. By the way, Jensen, hilarious. He's the best sidekick. And we did not get injured when we cut the cheese. Guffaw.
No,
So
that wasn't
it was
even
great.
At the fall.
It was, you can, and I don't think Jensen actually.
There was one in the Woodlands, but it's closed.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
It's a unique setup, but it's fun. It's just, you got to be ready because you don't know that, if you don't know you're cooking your own meat, it can be like, what?
Right.
You want me to cook this meat? I thought you cooked this meat. No, you cook the meat, guys. And then you get to dip it into the stuff. So it's a fun experience. There's one in Atlanta too, but I think my poor man's version is just as good. And I would put it on the pot and then, like, put it on the stove, and then I put it in the fondue pot.
Right.
So that way it just works out. And we had like a loaf of bread. We had some meat. We had some apples.
Yes.
And it was so delicious. But I had not eaten it in a while, and so I remember how rich and heavy it was, because at Good Friday service, I was like having to do some jumping jacks before I went in there, because, you know, it gets dark in the church sometimes, you know, during service. So I was out there like, whew, don't let me fall asleep. You know, I don't eat carbs. So I was like, not going to do it. And I didn't. So that was great. You know, not that I would have. But you know how when you're getting like tired, you got to do like some kind of.
Yes. Yes, something to wake yourself up. Yes.
Yeah, if you can't see it through the radio, guys, I'm doing like a shake yourself.
Right.
Wake up. So that was so good.
It was very rich and very heavy.
But it was good.
It was good.
And didn't cost, it was like a third of what it would have cost at the restaurant, just FYI. So
Right.
I taught a great lesson. Plus your boy was hilarious. And I just love how he is like, just like Jack. He and Jack literally are just 5 years apart. They are just like
they're like the same person.
It's wild. They are so funny. So we had a good time, and then when I needed to leave, I asked him to escort me, and he said, absolutely. And then what I meant is he had to like help me carry my little fondue pot.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, absolutely. And he walks out, and I was like, awesome. Can you come back for the fondue pot now? And he was like, oh, yes. But he was so cute. I love him. And one of the other things I love about your boy is he always greets me at the car.
Yes.
You know, it's just very cute.
Okay, in his defense, you just said, Jensen, will you come help me to my car?
Oh, yeah.
So you didn't say, Jensen, will you carry this box to my car?
True. I was looking at it, and you're right.
So,
that was a little. But
so he did exactly what you asked him to do.
He did. And we have, I'll tell you the secret later on. You know, we do our Dreamland, and got a shout out to somebody who added a little extra dream to our dreaminess today. So we'll be having that later on in the hour. Because if you don't know, we do, share the sweetness in Dreamland as well. Those are some of our larger topics, or really like segments in the 9 o'clock hour. And we are so excited to have Crawfish Man himself, the John Wayne of Crawfish. I love that so much, Mr. Wayne.
Yeah.
No, Bradley with Buster's Crawfish, and they have 2 locations here. We just were so excited to have he and Deborah on, and they said pretty much, very politely, they go to work as soon as they get off the air. So we finally were like, you know what? Then let's let you do your thing, because it's a heavy season, the big season here today. I'm so excited. So.
Yeah, because they said combined with their 2 locations, they will sell approximately 25,000 pounds of live crawfish. 25,000 this weekend alone. 25,000 pounds.
Now, HISD math. But if it's 25 pounds per, or like 100 people for 20, that is so many people.
That's a lot of profit.
I know I'm all, dang, I'm going to start to get out the calculator.
I don't. But here, so he was just talking about the Montgomery location at first, and that was 15,000 pounds.
Phenomenal.
That's a lot of crawfish.
Yes. I mean, and can you imagine making that run every day? That's some love.
No.
I mean, that's the business.
Right.
That's how it is.
And I'm telling you, he was like, go get them. Go get them off the boat now.
Oh,
Go.
that's right. Right before we got started. That was so cute. And he happens to be so tall. I think in the picture, we were all like, wow, Bradley's tall too. Like, it's just wild. So definitely want to stay tuned for more of that.
That was Merideth.
What? The tall?
Wow, you're so tall.
I get enamored by tall people. I love people that I feel like could throw me around. Like, they're so much taller than me.
I guess I just, that's the world I live in. So.
Yeah, that's true. You do have
But
some
it's
tall
just-
people in New Orleans. Well, and I have some cousins up north that are tall, but you're right. It's not, I don't get to see them all the time. If I did, though, I'd probably get over it. But
Right.
I still, again, love it. Love it. I try not to be that person that says something because I know they get so sick and tired of it, but it's really hard.
Right.
Like, even when I've met like some basketball players, and for real, like, I feel like an idiot afterwards. I'm like, I said it, but you're tall. I know. Bad, I know. But good thing is I'm not having to worry about that with you. Guffaw. Oh, I'm so silly. Okay, sorry. She's giving me the dagger eyes now. So that means
Why don't we take a little break and we'll come back and we will share the sweetness.
I love it. I love that. You heard her.
Stay tuned for more fun on Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth.